We never expected this summer to explode so wildly. That is the electrifying rumor buzzing across the anime community right now, an astonishment sparked by the imminent arrival of a lineup so packed it practically defies belief. And if you think the previous spring was a little too quiet, with only a handful of series capturing the spotlight, you are about to see everything turn upside down. Our main question for today is simple. How is this upcoming summer, in the world of anime, poised to shatter every expectation, leaving fans delirious with excitement? In this script, we will delve into the breathtaking new titles, the shockingly big returns, and the re-emergence of beloved franchises that promise to seal the deal on one of the most talked-about seasons in recent memory. Get ready, because we are covering it all, from supernatural showdowns in Dandadan to the triumphant return of Kaiju No. 8, the final chapters of Dr. Stone, and even the newest romantic additions that will tug at your heartstrings until you cannot stop swooning. So, settle in and let's dive deep. Rumor has it that a few months ago, fans of all genres, action, fantasy, romance, and beyond, felt the spring season lacked that unstoppable breakout sensation. Sure, Fire Force and Lazarus emerged with a devoted following, and One Piece roared back onto screens, captivating countless loyal viewers who rejoiced at the voyage continuing. But it was an undeniably slow period, a season that felt like a gentle breeze rather than a roaring storm. The question on everyone's mind, could the summer do better? The answer arrives with a resounding yes. This season is jam-packed with already iconic hits and dazzling underdogs eager to stake their claim in anime history. And if you have been searching for that perfect mix of heart-thumping action, comedic brilliance, and tender romance, stand by, because we have some revelations for you. In this summer swirl, one central name seems to be on every lip, Dandadan. If you have not heard the gossip yet, brace yourself. The sequel to the first season is scheduled to drop in early July, specifically the third day of that month. The anime soared to the top of countless watch lists in its debut run, centered on two high school students who entered a seemingly innocent wager to prove the existence of aliens or ghosts. They then tumbled headlong into encounters with the paranormal, colossal cosmic events, ghostly apparitions from the shadows, and a swirl of comedic confusions that made the entire fandom wonder, what on earth did we just watch? That first season was an unexpected tour de force, revered for its gorgeous animation, comedic timing, and the subtle slow-burn connection between the quirky protagonists. Now, the second season is set to pull back the curtain on the formidable Evil Eye arc, revealing shocking truths about the cosmic threats lurking in the corners of their world. Those who have seen the theatrical compilation of the first few episodes whispered that the new animation style is even bolder, the colors more entrancing, and the fight scenes pure, unadulterated adrenaline. Some fans claim that every punch, every swirl of supernatural energy will leave you breathless. While Dandadan might look to conquer the entire summer, other titles are not about to sit quietly in its shadow. Kaiju No. 8 returns on the 19th day of July, continuing its climb to the top. Last year's adaptation stunned execs everywhere when it raced up popularity charts, eventually clashing with well-established juggernauts. What began as a quiet manga from Shonen Jump soared into mainstream awareness with surprising speed. Now, Kaiju No. 8 is backed not only by the unstoppable hype from its loyal manga fans, but also by major crossovers in pop culture, from collaborative surprises with widely recognized gaming franchises to subtle nods in the streaming realm. The story's premise, a man turning into the very monster he has spent his life battling, struck a chord with fans who love adventure, moral dilemmas, and a dash of comedic banter. Now, as Season 2 hits our screens, many wonder how the show's creative team will handle those epic action set pieces. Given the massive lawsuit-level leaps in the show's original production budget, the new season might raise the bar even more. Meanwhile, we cannot forget Dr. Stone, which will enter its final season's second core on the 10th day of July. Imagine civilization gone, encompassed in stone for centuries, and then awakened by a young genius who decides that science holds the key to rebuilding everything. The quest for knowledge, the comedic scrapes, and the endearing cast have garnered Dr. Stone a devoted legion of supporters. The question remains, can they wrap up the grand narrative of scientific renaissance in a way that leaves watchers fully satisfied? The potential for heartbreak is real, but so is the capacity for a glorious conclusion. It is a major reason why the anime masses are ready to tune in, analyzing every invention, every cliffhanger, and every heartfelt moment in excruciating detail. Could the second core deliver the emotional apex everyone's waiting for? But the summer strategy is not just about big returns. Crunchyroll, currently one of the reigning champions in anime streaming, is also rolling out fresh contenders that might upend the entire game. Enter Gachi Akuta, an original shonen action that is widely rumored to be the next major dark horse. If you are a fan of dystopian realms that test human perseverance, Gachi Akuta will sink its hooks into you from the first episode. The series dives into a world so bleak and disordered, it is almost suffocating. And at its center stands an unconventional hero, forging alliances, waging battles, and unearthing truths about the society that cast him aside. The visual style, courtesy of the legendary studio Bones, has critics speculating that we might see some of the year's most stunning sequences. Bones is no stranger to churning out hits that balance comedic energy with heart-stopping cinematic flair. Gachi Akuta is shaping up to be an unmissable gem. It debuts on Crunchyroll on the 6th day of July, so mark that date. For those who prefer the gentler, heartwarming side of anime, do not fret. Romance is well represented this summer. My Dress-Up Darling returns on the 5th day of July with its second season. If you love the sweet interplay of two unlikely friends, Marin, the spirited cosplayer, and Wakana, the quiet craftsman, this will be right up your alley. Fans celebrated the first season's blend of comedic highs and surprisingly tender moments, leading to a wave of memes, heartfelt discussions, and arguments about the best anime couple of the year. Now, speculation runs wild about how the relationship will deepen this season. Will Marin and Wakana finally address certain unspoken feelings, or will new chaos envelop them? Simultaneously, Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus is making a widely discussed arrival on the 5th day as well, a direct sequel for the storyline that started in Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. That earlier series dazzled with its clever approach to supernatural puberty syndrome, layered with teenage drama and a compelling romance. Now, watchers are eager to see how new mysteries, comedic hijinks, and deeply emotional moments will shape these beloved characters. Throw in a dash of holiday charm, and you have got a series that might well melt the hearts of romance fans all around the globe. And that is just the Crunchyroll domain. Netflix is also in the midst of solidifying its presence in the anime space. Some might say Netflix is a bit late to the party, but there is no denying the streaming giant is dropping big money and big announcements to secure its spot. One of the major talking points: Netflix is also streaming the second season of Dandadan, meaning you have more ways than ever to watch that supernatural spectacle. Netflix is well aware that fans flock to variety, so it is doubling down on big titles, like the unstoppable juggernaut One Piece. The Egghead arc of One Piece, a story that has quickly become a phenomenon among manga readers, is simultaneously streaming on Crunchyroll and Netflix. This double availability ensures that fans basically have no excuse to miss out on Luffy's next big adventure. But here is the real Netflix exclusive bombshell: The Summer Hikaru Died. That hauntingly titled thriller hits Netflix on the 5th day of July and promises a storyline that is part mystery, part psychological horror. Adapted from Mokumo Kuren's original manga, the series is already stirring up fervor among fans of darker narratives. People are talking about lingering dread, carefully orchestrated jump scares, and a creeping sense of the unknown that escalates with each new revelation. The source material played brilliantly with the line between supernatural suspense and real-life terror, so here's hoping that the adaptation maintains that goosebump-inducing edge. If you have been craving a horror-inspired dive into the twisted corners of the human psyche, The Summer Hikaru Died might be precisely what you need to keep your lights on at night. Meanwhile, Netflix is bringing in Sakamoto Days on the 14th day. The first season had a rocky introduction, with some viewers criticizing the pacing or comedic tone. Nevertheless, the loyal fans that stuck with it enjoyed the comedic transformation of an ordinary store owner who once served as a fearsome assassin. Season 2 could be the chance for Sakamoto Days to refine its formula and deliver action set pieces that outshine all prior episodes. Already, rumors swirling in official circles suggest the creative team behind the show might have reworked certain comedic bits to complement the more serious arcs of the manga, aiming for a balanced approach that resonates with fans who love a comedic spark and dynamic battles in equal measure. To top this off, Netflix is also resurrecting a piece of many childhoods, the unstoppable franchise Pokémon. More precisely, Pokémon Horizons is set to drop a chunk of new episodes on the 27th day of July, continuing the fresh storyline introduced not too long ago. If you have been longing for that old thrill of traveling through new regions, forging friendships with wide-eyed companions, and encountering a medley of exotic Pokémon, this continuation is sure to satisfy your nostalgia. Then, for a dose of pure cuteness, the brand new My Melody and Kuromi series, based on beloved Sanrio icons, arrives on the 24th day of July. If you crave a sugar-sweet dash of positivity, that show may be your perfect antidote to the gloom. All these announcements might sound overwhelming. Are you feeling that rush of excitement already? If so, that means you are exactly where you need to be. And if you are as hyped as I am so far and appreciate discovering new anime gems, consider sharing that enthusiasm. Give this moment a little nod, maybe invite your friends to explore these titles. That small gesture, like a thumbs up or a follow, propels you and others deeper into the anime universe, allowing even more people to gush over the next big hit. Now, let us not overlook Crunchyroll's comedic side, because Toilet-Bound Hanako-kun and Grand Blue Dreaming are reportedly set to appear this summer as well. Neither show might dominate the headlines the way Dandadan or Kaiju No. 8 will, but history says they can still cultivate enthusiastic followings. Toilet-Bound Hanako-kun stands out as a story with a surprisingly dark layer beneath its adorable aesthetic, filled with ghosts, supernatural elements, and a sense that every rumor or whispered legend in the school corridors might come to life. And Grand Blue Dreaming, on the other hand, is the definition of comedic chaos among college students, overshadowed only by the antics that typically revolve around diving clubs, unexpected tournaments, and, of course, comedic levels of over-the-top partying. Those seeking a break from high-stakes intensity will find refuge in the show's lighthearted vibe. Of course, romance fans have not been left behind on Netflix's side either. The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is slated to arrive in Japan on the 6th day of July, and then land on Netflix soon after. That budding series explores the delicate dance between two seemingly mismatched individuals drawn together by an unspoken connection. The manga forged an impressively rapid fanbase since its 2021 debut, recognized for sweet sincerity and gorgeously illustrated emotional arcs. There is reason to think the anime adaptation will capture that same gentle magic. If all of this feels like the perfect lineup, hold your confusion. It is soft compared to what is waiting on the horizon in the later months. The summer might show off heartbreak, wonder, and comedic gold, but the fall is rumored to be even bigger. We are talking about potential new arcs from Spy X Family, the next sliver of Demon Slayer, and the unstoppable force known as Chainsaw Man. Put simply, this 2025 year is unfolding like an avalanche of blockbusters. Right now, the approaching summer forms a crucial turning point, a crescendo in a year that might redefine how we talk about anime. By year's end, we could be looking back on these months as the time the entire medium soared to new heights. Still, it is important to remember that hype can be a double-edged sword. Expectations run high, and not every show can meet the demands of an increasingly discerning fandom. Since the spring season left some fans disappointed, pining for a single unstoppable phenomenon that never arrived, some watchers are raising eyebrows at this new wave of hype. Could certain titles overpromise and underdeliver? Potentially sure, yet part of the anime experience is that special sense of possibility. If you never gamble your time on something new, you risk missing out on your next obsession. And let's talk about that obsession factor. One Piece, having journeyed across countless arcs, now draws fresh watchers with the Egghead storyline. If you listen to longtime fans, you might have heard them say, episodes in Egghead are shining examples of how to keep a behemoth show fresh after so many years. The narrative, rumored conspiracies, surprising reveals, and unwavering devotion to the straw-hatted dream keep fans fervently glued to their screens. Netflix's involvement only broadens the scope, making it easier for novices to jump aboard and see the mania for themselves. Amid all this, curiosity about The Summer Hikaru Died keeps intensifying. Bringing darkness and psychological intrigue, this story stands apart from more standard anime fare. Some watchers have only known Dandadan-style comedic spookiness or Jujutsu Kaisen-level curses, but The Summer Hikaru Died aims to fill a distinct niche, delivering a methodical, intense thriller. Will it be able to stand toe-to-toe with the bombastic spectacle of big shonen titles? Time will tell, but early receptions from Japanese viewers point to a show that might steal more hearts and chills than anticipated. Something many watchers are also eagerly anticipating is the synergy between streaming platforms. Crunchyroll might champion Dandadan and Gachiakuta, but Netflix's approach is equally ravenous, capturing One Piece, Sakamoto Days, and Pokemon Horizons, guaranteeing that fans must decide which service they want. Yet, that competition might benefit watchers, spurring each platform to chase fresh acquisitions and produce more robust dubs, subtitles, and marketing campaigns, ultimately turning the summer into an all-encompassing anime extravaganza. We could go on dissecting every premise, describing how Gachiakuta might dethrone the typical formulaic shonen structure, how Dr. Stone might culminate in a rousing testament to human ingenuity, and how My Dress-Up Darling might elevate the spark between Marin and Wakana to a new level of fangirl squealing. But let's pivot for a second to the broader phenomenon, for those who have not hopped onto the anime train yet, or those who fell off a while back. This is the season beckoning you to return. The question is, will you answer the call or watch from the sidelines? That sense of invitation is amplified by the communal aspect. Anime fans love bonding over new episodes, whether via group chats, online commentary, or good old-fashioned watch parties. If you find yourself enthralled by Dandadan after the first big fight, share that excitement. Let's keep this fandom thriving. If you are feeling pumped and do not want to miss the deep dives we will do on these upcoming titles, you might want to subscribe or follow so you can be around for our next exploration. You never know which show is going to spark the next big meltdown or comedic outpouring in the comments. And so, we reach the crescendo of this entire conversation. From comedic diversions to epic battles, from spine-tingling horror to adorable romances, the list of must-watch anime this summer seems endless. Dandadan may lead the pack, but Kaiju No. 8, Gachiakuta, My Dress-Up Darling, Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus, and all the rest are circling like next-generation titans, each hoping to ensnare you with a powerful theme or a burst of comedic brilliance. The spring might have been a tentative stepping stone, but that calm was evidently the quiet moment before the sky cracks open and a wave of sensational new arcs sweeps us all away. With an autumn that promises the likes of Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, and Spy X Family, summer is merely the appetizer in a sumptuous banquet lasting the entire year. Some fans speculate we may look back on 2025 as the moment anime soared to unprecedented global acclaim, overshadowing nearly every other pop culture medium out there. If that notion seems dramatic, just remember how the medium has grown over the past few years. It is no longer a corner niche, but a juggernaut of international entertainment. So, if you have been perched on the fence, uncertain about what to watch or follow, consider this your clarion call. Sample an episode or two, chat with friends about your impressions, experiment with a new genre, and let your imagination roam freely. This is simply the start. By the time the autumn wave arrives, you will be armed with knowledge and possibly brand new obsessions, ready to leap into the next wave of unstoppable hits. Buckle up, dear watchers. The ride is only going to get faster, wilder, and infinitely more thrilling as the summer roars on. Anime's unstoppable summer lineup awaits, and you are invited to witness history in the making.